Hello. So today we are going to learn how to work with Tinkercad, how to design prototypes. For the wiring, we do the digital design. In this case, we are going to use this section, which is circuits, and for building the new one, so we click in here, and then we will see a screen display like this. At the right, we have all the components that we need for building the digital design. So in here, I'm gonna start by looking for the Arduino microcontroller, and we are going to place it right at the left. Then we will need as well a small breadboard. So in here, we drag the breadboard, and we will need as well resistors and LEDs. So we are going to use these ones for connecting to the breadboard. But first, we need to make sure that our microcontroller has energy and working properly. So we need to make sure that this section or this LED is blinking. So as soon as we have the components there, we are going to see in this section the code. In our case, for programming, we use text. So we are going to look for text and continue. And in here we will find the code for testing the LED, which is the number 13. That is why the void setup is indicating the connection as an output 13, and it's going to be digital, which is on and off. When it's on, it's going to be in high 13 because it's connected to number 13, and low when the LED is off. So we are going to close this section and then starting the simulation, and we are gonna see here the LED blinking. So we have power in our microcontroller. So we are gonna start the simulation, and the next step is gonna be to connect our first LED. So the first thing we have to do, we need to see since the LED has polarity, so we need to check the cathode, the anode, because our breadboard is gonna be literally the circuit. So we are placing the LED, let's see, I'm going to put it here, and then we are looking for the connection. So the cathode is gonna be connected to ground. So we are going to click on this section and then moving to this section, which is ground, and then by clicking on the wire, you can pick your color. In here, we use for ground, we use blue, so I suggest to change to blue. And then since cathode needs a resistor, so we are going to add a resistor between the wire connected to ground and the cathode. So by clicking on the resistor, we will have to change to ohms, and this one usually for LEDs we are going to be using 220, like that. The second part is going to be the connection of the anode, so we are going to click on anode side, and in this case I'm going to pick number 2, pin number 2, and then this one can be let's say red, and so we already have 2 different colors of cables. Now our breadboard needs energy, so we are going to look for ground in our microcontroller, and we are going to connect ground to our breadboard ground, so that way we have energy in our circuit. So when the prototype is finished, the digital design, so we are going to our code, and then we need to add this wiring, since we have only the 13, which is this one, so we need to add pin number 2. So this is very simple. We are going to type in here the pin mode or the connection. In this case, it's gonna be to the number 2. So let's see, to change here. So there we have number 2, and it's gonna be as output. And then the same is gonna be for digital write. So we can copy and paste the digital write. So in here is gonna be, instead of 13, it's gonna be 2 as well, on. And the same for off. We have paste in here, and 2 as low. And this is a simple code that we are going to test with this digital design. So we are closing, and then let's start the simulation. And then we have our LED blinking, and we have as well our 13 blinking. So we stop the simulation. So some of my students, they like the challenges, so if you want to change the delay or the time of blinking in here, so instead of having 1000 milliseconds, we can change to 200, and we are going to see a difference in the blinking of our LED. So we are closing this and starting the simulation, and in here we have a fastest blinking. As soon as we have our digital design working, the last step is gonna be using Arduino IDE, which is this one, and this is the program that we use for programming the wiring or the real prototype. So in here we have to do as we did in Tinkercad. We need to type the pin mode, to add the extra LED. So we will make sure that our code is correct. So digital right, and this one is gonna be number 2 in high, so it's gonna be on. And then we can copy this one and changing just number 2 as low, and then saving the file, so we can program our project. Now we have to wait for the program, because in here we will see a white sentence. When that white sentence appears, it means that the code is correct. So this one is the wiring, and in here we have, well, the ground. We have the red cable, which is the connection to the LED, ground to the other section of the LED, and the 220 ohm resistor. So as soon as this one is ready, we are going to connect the prototype to a computer, and we are going to upload the code to our project. We wait until this section is in white, and the project is ready. So we are going to see the final product, which is this one. So we have the 13, this LED blinking, and the red one.